Hey guys, what's up? It's Megan and I'm here at Playa Hermosa with Sola Luna Yoga, and today I'm going to break down toe stand, which was a request from one of the viewers. So toe stand, I don't actually know the Sanskrit for toe stand, but why would we do toe stand? What's the benefits and so forth? For one, I'm sitting here in what we'd say like Vajrasana, excuse me, Pinta, where I'm just going to head to open up the fascia of the feet, just preparatory for the tutorial. So the feet are the foundation, and so really important that we keep the fascial tissue of the feet open, because that can cause things like plantar fasciitis for people, and just overall foundation is crucial. So definitely this type of pose is really good for people to do, especially if you were to have something like plantar fasciitis. So toe stand, we'd want to prep and get ready for that. So I'm going to do a few poses in order to prepare for that, and we'll just do a few minute sequence to show you what that's all about. Okay, so I'm going to come into downward facing dog. And always start all my sequences in down dog. It's home base. It's just where we begin. Setting the foundation, activating the hands, the feet, and even here in down dog, you're already starting to get the fascial tissue of the feet to open. The toes are curling under, so we get a nice opening here. And so I'm just going to start here, and then I'm going to step the right foot forward. And I'm going to come into Parshvakonasana. So this toe stand variation, you're actually doing Ardha Padmasana in the toe stand. So Ardha Padmasana being half lotus, and half lotus requires quite a bit of external hip opening. So I'm just going to do a couple little hip openers just in order to be ready for the sequence. And this wouldn't be something that if you were a very beginner that you would want to pop right into. You know, it's definitely, toe stand is going to be a little bit more of an advanced pose. And you would want to be warm in order to head into that. So we're just going to do a couple minute warm up here. So right now I'm working on the external rotation of the right hip, the right thigh bone, externally rotating there, because this is where Ardha Padmasana will also be the same kind of action, which is what we're going to be doing in the toe stand. So I'm dragging the left knee forward, the right heel back. Come onto the fingertips, and I want to really integrate the base tips of the shoulders to the back side of the heart. And I want to lead with the heart, so I want to keep the head pressing back and the chin lifted. Just going to add just a little twist. Keep drawing left knee forward, opening up through the heart and the chest. And I'm going to step back, down dog. Left foot steps forward. Parshvakonasana. This is one of my favorite poses. Just always feels really good in the body. It's very opening, pelvis, psoas. I'll pretty much always sequence it in almost every single class, everything that I teach. And touch down, lowering the right knee. Okay, this variation is nuclear pigeon, so I'm pivoting the toes out, and I roll to the outer edge of the left foot. So what I want to make sure here is that I'm not, what I'd say, sickling in the ankle, like so. So really important that we keep this alignment. Whenever the foot sickles, it torques the knee. So we want to make sure to be mindful of that foundation as well. So we flex the toes back, we press through the big toe mound. Energetically, we draw the right knee forward, right inner thigh moves back, left sitting bone is rising, extending towards the crown of the head. Base tips of the shoulders, backside of the heart, I press my head back and bow. So the alignment is really important in every single pose. I always want to pay attention to that. So we don't want to do these poses out of alignment, because we can end up causing more harm than good. Okay, a little twist. And then slowly releasing and come back, step back to down dog. easing forward. I'm just gonna hop. Coming into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Gonna come into a seat and just do a couple of seated hip openers with Agni Stambhasana, fire log pose. So I'm gonna bend the right leg, placing the right foot to the earth, and cross the left ankle over the right knee. So hence fire log, Agni Stambhasana, so it's like you're stacking logs on a fire. The next thing I'm going to do is take my hands and manually internally rotate the thigh bones back. Flesh of the deep layers of the glutes, the tailbone descending, and then the more superficial layers rising, the top of the sacrum lifting, extending towards the crown of the head. Again, the alignment of the foot, important. We don't want to be sickled here, which is one of the misalignments, the tendencies towards misalignment. So we flex the toes. It's actually what we call flointed. So it's flexed and pointed. And then I'm going to begin to bow forward, just really working on the thigh bones moving back, the belly lifting. We lengthen out, base tips of the shoulders again. And then release. We come back up and we're going to exchange. Okay, left shin to the earth, right ankle crossing over, thigh bones back. Okay, tailbone and then the top of the sacrum rising, walk forward and bow. Today we have Vita accompanying, so she's one of the other resident pups that hangs out, Shaka's mascot. Vita is security and Pinta would be entertainment. So they each have their jobs. Alright, come back up. Come on to my knees again, and I'm going to do Vajrasana. Okay, Vajrasana, Pinta. Four. So in Vajrasana, what I'm doing is I'm curling the toes under and I'm sitting my glutes back onto my heels. So this is going to open the fascial tissue of the feet up. So again, if you have plantar fasciitis, this is the pose for you. This is what you should be up to. It's going to help to alleviate that. Okay. Alright, come back into standing Uttanasana. Rooting down, rise. Come all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Okay. Ardha Padmasana. Shifting the weight to the left leg. The right leg will lift, and I'm going to place the right foot to the left hip, basically the front of the left hip. Again, what we don't want to do is sickle here, right? So we've got to really work on holding the integrity of the alignment. So if you're not able to do this variation and keep the form, then you can also go into a little lower, like Galabhasana as well. So that would be a modification to hold the alignment. Extending the arms, exhaling, hands through heart. I'm going to bend the left knee and slowly begin to descend. Okay, so now my left heel is nestling into my right sitting bone. Okay, toe stand. Can then touch down to press myself back up. Okay, you can end here, and then there's another little fun variation that you can add to this. We'll see if I can get into it, but it's Ardha Padmasana handstand. And so I'm going to lean way forward, I bend the knee, I'm going to press my right foot to my left thigh, and I hop. Lower, all the way back up, and release. Okay, other side, left foot, right hip. So again, you can choose a lesser variation to accommodate if your knees are feeling a little compromised or the hips, outer hip rotation isn't quite there. Extending the arms. Bend the knee. slowly lower. Might need to touch down as I did here. Okay, right heel to the left sitting bone. Woo. Balance not so good on this side. So you can always bring your hands down for a little extra balance, and that's what you'll need to do typically in the beginning. Okay, and then slowly we touch down to the earth. Lift. Place my hands, and again, this is just an added version. You can totally just do the toe stand and call it good there. This is just a little playful variation. And the knee. Lowering down, and then we come up, and lowering the left foot. So one quick thing with that, if you're not able, like if you're newer to that variation, you may not have the range of motion. So again, if you're choosing a little lighter version, then you can bring the ankle to the top of the knee, more like Galavasana, and you touch down with your hands, and you can come in like that. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that we can access. You can use the support of the hands and release, and then the same, again, we cross, more of Galavasana, and then we touch down and we lower, which is going to be a more remedial version. Okay. All right, so there we have it, toe stand demo. And I would love it if you guys would write in with requests, because you know we have a whole catalog of poses. I mean, I don't even know how many. There's got to be hundreds and hundreds of different variations that we can do, and sometimes it's just having the creative energy of somebody else saying, hey, what about that pose? Because sometimes I just don't think about all those things. Like I would have probably never really, I don't know, I didn't think too much about toe stand lately, so it was good to have somebody write in about that. And then yeah, just check out some of the other sequences. I've got demos for handstand tutorials. We've got, you know, Parsvakonasana broken down. We have total sequences, like 18-minute sequences, 10-minute sequences, pre-surf sequences. There's all kinds of stuff out there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.